Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Robcast, Revenge of the Nerd podcast. Convention Review Edition. Hey, everybody, it's Rob Sachetto, your guru of gore, inventor of zombie portraits, writer of the Zombie Handbook. I could go on. Anyway, y'all know me if you've checked out the channel before. Welcome back. I've seen that my convention reviews are a big hit with y'all out there, and I'm really glad because it's first-hand information, and it's some good information about the conventions you like to visit, you like to attend, you like to be a vendor at, and things like that. And people like that inside information, from people who actually attend. So here goes. Today, this past weekend, I attended 2 cons on the same day. And let me preface this review by saying, if you can't tell, I'm still very much under the weather. I had what was best described as a horrific, mind-twisting flu about 2 weeks ago. I've since had like a horrible, prolonged head cold, chest cold, and so on. So yeah, I'm not 100% if you can't tell, but I have to say, I will say this. That really has no bearing on how I perceived the conventions I will review today. At a convention, I'm on despite how I might feel. I'm on. I'm there, man. I'm totally there, and I'm working. I'm doing work regardless. I'm drawing stuff. I'm engaged with the fans, with the attendees. I'm 100% there. So it's not like my affliction will determine whether or not I had a great time or not. That has nothing to do with it. What does have something to do with it is as follows. And first, we're going to start with the Nickel City Gaming Expo, which I did a review of earlier this year. I believe they had it. I believe they had like a spring con, which is kind of the thing now. I'm noticing a lot of people who hold conventions, like organizers who do conventions, will have like a spring and then a fall con, which is cool, which is great. I mean, people wait a long time between conventions, often in smaller towns and things like that. A year is a long time to wait between cons, right? So you can have two. You can have 2 cons, and sometimes it's during the summer or early summer, maybe people are sort of gone away or whatever, and then in the fall people are back, kids are back in school and things like that. There's crowds for cons all year round, Excuse me. So the Nickel Gaming Expo, this was held this past Saturday, September 10th, at the Harley Davidson parking lot tent here in Sudbury, Ontario. It was held at the same location as the first one they had earlier this year, and fantastic location. I love the location, really good. People sort of consider it an outdoor con. I do not. It is in a tent. The tent is completely surrounded. It's got a very tall top, everything, the high ceilings, and the whole 9 yards. It's very, very enclosed. It could be. There could be torrential rain outside, and you'd still be very comfortable inside this venue. Great venue. It was a very hot day, very warm day, great day, fantastic. Just like it was the first time. It was a little more humid, but regardless, it was a beautiful day. I'm gonna say this will basically cover the entire review. No people attended. there were so few people attending that oftentimes I looked around and the vendors outnumbered the people attending. That's not good. That's not good, guys. That's not good for a con. You got to get the people out there, and you got to get the people in your venue. Anyone can rent a location and fill it full of vendors eager to sell their wares or show their art or sell their inventory, whatever that is. Your main goal is to get fans interested in going. There were a few wonderful highlights for me. I met some wonderful people there, but there was just not enough. When I break even at a con, I consider it an absolute disaster. And I've been to a lot of cons, as you probably well know by now. And if I'm breaking even at a con, it's a disaster for me. And if you're breaking even at a con, it's a disaster. You should consider it a disaster, because and a lot of organizers believe that, oh well, you know, as long as you made your table cost, you're breaking even. No, that is incorrect. You have to consider the drive over. Now, for me, the drive over was a 10-minute drive. People from out of town, not so much. They got to spend money on gas. They got to spend money on bringing their products there. I, myself, as an artist, have to spend money on creating products, prints, posters, whatever it is that I do, that I bring to cons, I have to create. One of the factors I sort of put in perspective is I sell my Cape Fear graphic novel and comic there at cons. I oftentimes don't have to put a sales pitch together. They move. They move at any con I go to. I can set up a table almost anywhere on this planet, and I'm not kidding, guys. I'm not trying to make myself out to be a big deal or anything, but I can sell a Cape Fear graphic novel anywhere on this planet. I can set up a table on my street corner right now, and I think in probably about 45 minutes I can sell at least one copy of Cape Fear or the Cape Fear comic, the graphic novel, something. I did not sell one copy at the con, at the Nickel City Gaming Expo this past weekend. That is unacceptable. I brought new prints that sold out at the last con I went to. The last con I went to was another game con. Regardless, it has nothing to do with this, but I sold out of prints, new prints that I had created. So hey, make more prints, bring more prints. Didn't sell one of those prints either. Yeah. It was bad, man. And again, I was not the only one who felt that. People right next to me on the floor felt the same way. I got the same responses from other vendors. I talked to other vendors on the floor and get their straight. I get straight talk from them, indication of how they did. A lot of people said, I didn't even break even, and I can't accept that. I find that very bad. So, get people at your con. Talk to radio stations. Put out posters all over the city. I've seen that done with other successful cons. Do follow suit and do that. Advertise like it's your own life at stake. You're doing this for vendors. Now, you can have all the contests and things you want to get sort of people through the door, and I get that. But if people are coming through the door just for your contest and kind of waiting around and walking around the grounds, waiting for the contest to be called and all that stuff, you're not doing the vendors that you got in there favor. Okay? So that's another thing. Another thing I noticed too, now this one was an 8 6-hour con, 9 to 5. That's a full shift of work at a store or a place of somebody who works at a full-time job. That is a long con. If you have any reservations about how your con might do, shorten it. Get people to come at least for that sense of urgency. 11 to 4. 11 to 4 is good. Especially on a weekend. That's fantastic. If there are other events going on in the city at that time, that'll give people more incentive to come to your con, get the things they want, and go to the other things. Okay, if you have a con that lasts forever, people don't care that much to get to it right away, or to even get to it that day, or maybe they might even forget about it because they went to another place, another con, or another event that was better. So that might help. I noticed on the website afterwards, I looked and I was like, oh, I'll use a photo that they took of my booth for the thumbnail for my review. Well, there was no photo of me taken. There was other booths taken. Good for them. There was photos of other booths taken. There was photos of the entire place taken and put on the con's website. There was none of myself, so I had to find out where I would get another photo of myself at another con to use for the thumbnail. Now I'm not saying, oh, you gotta do that, but you should do that. You should take photos of every booth, of every vendor at your convention and put it on your website and celebrate them. Celebrate the fact that they're going to be at your con. Do that all week. Spotlight your vendors, man. Tell people that you're going to be there. That those people are going to be there, man. You know, anybody that comes to my booth, when I tell them, you know, I invented zombie portraits, I wrote the zombie handbook, I wrote and illustrated the zombie handbook, you know, I have my own comics, did my own graphic novel, I worked for the Walking Dead show. Oh, you worked for the Walking Dead show? That'll get people to stop and come to my booth and stay at my booth for a half an hour, man. Tell people on your website, this is the guy that did that. And I mean, do that for all the art vendors, anybody who's got any sort of cachet. Talk that shit up. Get people interested to come see that guy or that girl or those people or those vendors that are going to be at your con. Celebrate that. Embrace it. Make it a big deal, because it is. Okay, so enough of that. Yeah, that's all I can say. The first time they held the con this year was fantastic, and you can watch my review of that somewhere down the timeline here on my channel. I gave it a glowing review because it deserved it. I've seen, and I'm not insinuating or saying that the organizers did this, but I've seen things where somebody puts on a con, they do super great, and they sort of assess it later and go, wow, we really didn't do anything, and we had so many people come, and then they follow suit, don't do anything, and they wonder why maybe nobody came. And then, you know, I always hear the reasonings and the excuses why people aren't there, why blah blah blah. You know, that I don't buy that kind of stuff. You know, unless there's extenuating circumstances, and I'm not here to shit on anyone. I'm taking a big risk by doing con reviews. If a con's not great, you know, that organizer might go, oh, well, Rob gave me a shitty review, so he's not invited back, and blah, blah, blah. Or they'll say, oh, you know what? Thanks, Rob, for doing a review, being honest about it, because you did a review before about our con, and you gave it a glowing review because you were honest, and we'd like you to come back, and maybe we took some of your advice. That would be great, because that doesn't only help me, that helps everyone else. Being a vendor, and it helps the organizers themselves maybe go, hey, maybe we should try that out, think about it, put a couple $100 into advertising, into the budget, you know. Okay, excuse me. I'm still suffering from that cold. I know it's been about 10 minutes, but here we go with the Midnight at Dawn Expo that I attended very briefly after after the Nickel City Gaming Expo. Now, I can't really talk about this one too much because I was only there for about 2 hours, but this was after I had someone man my booth. I had actually two friends of mine, two female friends of mine, man my booth. Man my booth? I don't know how you'd say it. Girl my booth. Anyway, my table for the majority of the day. That con was 14 hours. And again, from what I heard from them, from what my friends told me, the people who were girling my booth, my bunny bound comic booth, was that it was very poorly attended. There was not a lot of people there. For 14 hours, there was no food available. There was some coffee, I think. I don't believe it was replenished throughout the day. The atmosphere was very plain. There was just the neon lights, the lights of the venue. That was held at the Northbury Hotel, by the way. Again on September 10th, this past weekend. Apparently the vendor section was not visible from the entrance. There were no-shows, meaning that some of the vendors did not attend. People that were talked to on the floor said they were doing very poorly. There was not a lot of attendance, not a lot of sales. People were less than breaking even coming from out of town, which is an absolute tragedy. I feel so badly for people who come from out of town and can't even meet their table cost. That is just absolutely unacceptable. As for things, so this one was held. This was Midnight at Dawn. This was called Midnight at Dawn. It was organized by the Midnight Manor, a sort of adult club here in Sudbury, which I encourage anyone who's interested to go to their website and check it out. I would absolutely love for this venue to grow. It should. I don't believe that enough knowledge was out there readily available for people to know about it. Everyone who I talked to said, "Oh, I didn't even know that was going on." That's not a good sign, guys. Adults need to know about adult stuff. Okay, so make it a point to spread the word, man. And I should also mention this about the Nickel City Gaming Expo. Three different people told me at my table that they didn't know that this was happening today, and that they found out after getting home from work and seeing it on a web or on Facebook or something, and then going, "Oh, I'll go check it out," because I guess they were doing promos that day a lot. I'm not sure. I wasn't privy to that because I was there all day working. And by the way, this is what I got done. And you can see this on my Patreon page in the coming weeks, because I post new zombie art on there every day. I got 4 Heads of the Living Dead done. I got a corporate mascot of the Living Dead, Humpty Dumpty Chips, done. I got, I can't remember her name, that spy chick cartoon, done. And Peter Griffin, excuse me, done. Then I found an old piece of cardboard and did this, a crazy fun drawing. And then after that was done, I started another one on the other side. Most cons, I get nothing done. I bring work, I work on work, and I get nothing done, and I'm happy about getting no work done. I work at cons because it gives people a connection to the fact that, yes, I did all the work at that table because I'm working on stuff right now. Kids love it. Kids love watching me draw. People ask me what my materials are, blah, 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 and I love that. I love engaging with the crowd. I got all that stuff done. Until I got it done to the point where I couldn't work anymore. All of this stuff, guys. Okay? So that's going to Zombie Daily on my Patreon page. I'm going to leave the link in the description below. That does it for me. Guys, con people, con organizers, please heed my words. Do a little better. You know, promote, advertise, get people excited. Both of the cons I attended, there was absolutely no electricity in the air whatsoever. I was very sad. Very sad to see that, not for myself, but for others. The one, I'm going to leave you with this one thing before I go. Apparently there was an art walk at Keavy Park, which is somewhere down Long Lake Road here in Sudbury. Apparently everyone there did very, very well, to which I'm so happy to hear. I'm so happy to hear that someone did. Some folks did, and they're all deserving of that attendance. I did hear about that before this weekend, but I don't do outdoor events. This was an outdoor event. I don't do them because primarily all of my material is paper based and things of that nature. So I don't do outdoor things for various reasons. So that, you know, and that's one of them. So I'm going to leave you with this, guys. I hope this didn't go too long. I hope you enjoyed the whole thing. I was doing two cons, a review of two cons. So I'm gonna say, please, if you like this video, please thumbs it up. If you didn't like this video, don't be afraid to thumbs it down. Please subscribe to the channel. I'm starting to lose my voice now. So I'm gonna let y'all go. Best wishes and love until next time, and I'll see you again soon, hopefully. Okay? Thanks for watching, guys. Bye for now.